Hello and welcome to the Yarn Infestation. Today we will be crocheting this little doily coaster right here. I used a cotton yarn for this one. It's super soft and I like the color combinations. Here's what we will need. Your yarn needle, something to cut your yarn with, a stitch marker if you prefer. I will do some with the stitch marker. I do not prefer to use them. A crochet hook. This one I'm doing with a 2.75. And your yarn. So this one is Rainbow by Hobby. And the recommendations for the crochet hook is anywhere between a 2.5 and a 3.5 millimeter. This is machine washable, but you don't want to dry it. I prefer to hand wash my coasters. And lay them flat to dry. But this one is a 7 for the color. Let's see, how many yards is this? 186 yards. Alright, let's get started. We are going to start off with a magic circle. What I like to do for mine is I like to leave a decent yarn tail and I hold it in between my middle finger and my thumb, and then I wrap around and I cross it over and hold it on to my pinky like that. You're gonna go over or under, excuse me, the front part of your yarn, and you're going to grab the one that you put over that's going to your pinky. User error. And then you are going to grab it again and you're going to do a chain 1. And there's your magic circle. You'd want to make sure that you're crocheting over the 2 parts of the yarn and not the one. Because if you crochet over this one here, you're going to lose your work. To start this off, I like to do the stacked single. So we're going to put a single crochet in here into our magic circle. So grab your yarn and pull it through your circle. Wrap your yarn around and pull it through 2 loops. What we're going to do now is we're going to go through this part right here. So right here, this one. Wrap around, only pull through 1. So now you have 2 loops on your hook. Wrap your yarn around your hook, and now you pull it through 2. This is going to count as our first double crochet. Now we're going to put 14 more double crochets into our magic circle to equal 15. So put your hook through your circle, grab your yarn, pull it up, wrap your yarn around, pull through 2, pull through 2. Wrap your yarn, pull it through your magic circle, wrap your yarn, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now we have 3. So wrap your yarn around your hook, go through the circle, grab it and pull it up through your circle, wrap your yarn around your hook again, pull through 2, pull through 2. So now you have, if you need help counting, you can look at these ones right here, or you can separate them here as well and count this way. So you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we just need to make 11 more. And 15. You're going to now take your tail and you're going to pull it. This is what that should look like. Now we're going to go into where we did our stacked single, and we're going to do a slip stitch. So this is our very first round. I like to crochet over my tails so it's less to weave in later. We're going to start again with a stacked single. So go into that very same stitch that you put your slip stitch into and do a single crochet. Now remember, we're going to go into this very first and only one right here, and we're going to pull up to have 2 loops on our hook. And now we're going to go through. So now we have the start of our second round. I'm going to chain 1, and then this round is going to be doubles and chain 1. Into this very next stitch, we're going to place our double crochet. Then chain 1. So every stitch gets a double crochet plus chain 1. Double crochet, chain 1. Double crochet, chain 1. And continue all the way around. So now you should have 15 doubles with a chain 1 going all the way around. Now we are going to do a slip stitch into that very first one, and then we are going to go over to our first chain space and place a slip stitch there as well. Chain 1. Now we are going to do a double crochet cluster. If you do not know how to do those, that's okay. You're going to start it off as a regular double crochet. So go through your chain space after you have your yarn wrapped around your hook and pull up a loop. And then you're only going to go through 2. You're going to wrap your yarn back around your hook, go through the very same space, wrap around, only go through those 2 right there. So now you have 3 loops up here. Now we need to do it one more time. Only go through those last 2. Now you have 4 loops on your hook. You're going to wrap your yarn around and pull through all 4 of those loops. To secure it, we're going to chain 1. And that holds your double cluster in place. Now we're going to chain 3. And we are going to wrap our yarn around our hook and go into this very next chain space. And we're going to repeat the same process all the way around. So pull through 2, wrap around, go through your chain space, pull through for a loop, wrap around, pull through 2, wrap your yarn, go through the chain space, pull up a loop, wrap around, pull through 2, 4 loops on the hook, wrap around, pull through all 4 loops. Chain 1 to secure. And now we're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. And repeat it all the way around until you get to this last chain space right here. Coming up on this last one. So we got our chain 3 right here, and this part right here where all 3 of the double crochets are connected, we're going to slip stitch right into it. Right into that spot right there. So that is our 3rd round. So now on to round number 4. In that very same space, we are going to do a stacked single. And in our chain space right here, we're going to put 4 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so for every part that we have the double cluster, we're going to do a single double crochet. Let me rephrase that. 1 double crochet into that stitch right there. All the way around. And this is what we're going to repeat until we get back over here. So 4 in your chain space. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Not right here, but right here. Do your double crochet. 4 double crochets in your chain space. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 double crochet, and then repeat this all the way around. Now we're at our last chain space, so we're going to put our 4 double crochets in there. And then we're going to do a slip stitch into that first one we did with our stacked single. So this is what you should have so far. Now we are going to be working with chains and slip stitches for this round. So we're going to chain 6, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, no, we're going to chain 5, sorry. So chain 5 and slip stitch back into where you made that first slip stitch at. So right into this one, right there. And we're gonna chain 4. All right, there's 4. Nope, it's 5, sorry. Thinking of a different one. And then we are going to skip 4 and chain into the 5th stitch away from it. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to skip, and we're going to chain into this very next one, or not chain, slip stitch. And we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, slip stitch into that same spot, chain 5 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and chain into the 5th. So the very next one after the 4th, you go right into and slip stitch. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slip stitch into that very same space. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 4 into the 5th. We slip stitch, and we're going to repeat this all the way around. All right, for here, we're gonna go into the 4th stitch. So we're gonna skip 3. And go into the 4th stitch. I think I should have done this with 16. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so we're gonna chain 5, and then we're gonna slip stitch into where this one right here started. So chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're gonna slip stitch in right here. This is what you should be looking like right now. We're going to be doing single crochet only, 1 single crochet into this when we start working around this way for our last one. And we'll be doing single, half double, doubles, half double, single, and then go single into our chain space. Then we're going to hop over. So we're going to go ahead and place our single. Now we're going to do a half double. So you wrap your yarn around your hook like you would do for a double. You go into your chain space, and instead of pulling through those 2, you're going to pull through all 3. And that's a half double. And then we're gonna place, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I just realized I forgot to use my stitch marker to show you how to put those and hold your place for your very first stitch of each row. I do apologize for that. I'm not used to using them. All right, now we are going to go ahead and put our half double. Then we're going to do a single crochet. And into that next chain space, we're going to do 1 single crochet. And then we're going to hop over into our next little loop there. So very next loop, insert your hook into there and do a single crochet. And we're going to place half double, 5 doubles, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, half double, then a single, go over to your next chain space, do a single crochet, and now we're going to repeat this all the way around till right here. We are at our last chain space before the beginning. Put 1 single crochet in there, And then where we have our single crochet on the next one, the very first part where we started, we're going to slip stitch into that first single crochet. And we're going to chain one so we can secure our work. We're going to cut and pull our yarn through. So you have a decent sized yarn tail now. So that way there, when we go to sew in, it'll be in there. Oop. Now we get our yarn needle. And we are gonna go in through this first one here. And we're gonna go under all these chains, or all these doubles right here. Make sure you're not going through the back part. So your needle is going to be hidden in there. And we're going to pull that through right here. I like to find a piece to go through once and then just wrap it around in the back. And I'm gonna go down into the bottom, but however you prefer to sew in your ends or weave them in. I like to try to put them multiple ways so they stay extra secured. And I try to make sure that I can get it to where my previous yarn tail was from when we started. And I like to tie a little knot. Nice and tight. And then we cut our yarn. I need new snips. it's all hidden, flip it back over. And there you have it. Smaller sizes work perfect on there as well. Thank you for watching.